everyone, this is Teresa from Base 10 Montessori, and today we are going to do the embroidery stitch called Lazy Daisy Stitch. And this is one of my favorite stitches because I use it a lot in a lot of my pictures that have flowers. Let me give you an example. So right here, this is a Lazy Daisy stitch, right here and right here. So it's really easy stitch to do if you want to make a lot of flowers. This is all Lazy Daisy stitch right here as well. So it comes in handy when you're doing flower work, but it can also be used in a lot of different patterns in a lot of different ways. So that's what we're going to work on today. If my dog allows me to continue without interruptions, I may have to take a break once in a while to accommodate my Basset Hound who has decided to join us for this video. So if you hear lots of noises in the background or some whining or some singing or just trying to make herself comfortable, that's what's going on in the background today. So forgive me if I have to stop occasionally for a Basset Hound break. So here we have our instructions right here. And it says we're going to be using color 13 and we're going to be using 2 strands today. And for today's lesson, we're just going to do the first 2 Lazy Daisy stitches, and then let's make 1 flower together as well. And we'll also do that French knot. Since we've already had a lesson on it, we can complete the whole flower, and then I'll let you finish off with this last flower on your own. So here we have color 13 is what we're going to work with. And I already have my needle ready to go. So we're just going to find our Lazy Daisy stitch, and we're going to find this point right here, and that's going to be our starting point. And I'm going to go off center just a little bit, just a touch, because what we want to do is come up and go down in about the same spot, just parallel to each other. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull very slowly, but we're not going to pull it all the way through. We want to keep a little bit of a loop out. And so you'll see right here we have a loop. I'm going to shorten it up just a little bit. Now at the moment it's twisted, so when it comes time to pin it down, I'm going to untwist it, but for right now I'm just going to leave it like that. So our next step is to find the other end of our teardrop right here. Right there, and we're going to pull, but we're going to pull very gently because we want to still keep our loop. Notice if I pull too hard, we're going to pull that loop out. And we don't want to do that. What we want to do is keep our loop. I've untwisted it so that it's nice and flat. And so this thread is on the inside of the loop and it's pulling it down. So we are up with this one, and now to go down, we're going to go down on the outside of this loop. And you can always pull it into shape just a little bit. And that's how you do the Lazy Daisy stitch. Let's look at the back side. So that's what it looks like on the back. Now you can tie it off and start from scratch on your next one, but I'm just going to pull my thread over and keep going. So let's keep going with this second one. Remember, we're going to be just slightly off center. We don't want it right on the point because we're making 2 points right here, parallel to each other. So one right here and one parallel to it. One on the left, one on the right, parallel, right next to each other, but they are not the same spot. They're just a little bit apart from each other. Slowly pull. Now, let's find the inside of our teardrop. This is where the Goldilocks rule comes into play again. Not too tight, not too loose, just right. Pull that thread through. And now we're going to find the inside of our loop. Pull it down just a little snug, not too tight, not too loose. Then find the outside of our teardrop. And now we can pull it down. Right there. So 2 lazy daisy stitches. Now I'm going to flip it over, show you what the back looks like again. And this time I am going to tie it off before I start our other flower because this is a little short for my other flower, so I'm going to get a longer piece. We're going to be working with 2 strands for this. So make sure to get 2 strands. So I'm just going to tie that off, snip off the thread, and now I'm going to get some more string and do that other flower. So let's do this first flower together. When I put my needle in, I'm not going to use this round circle right here because we're going to use that for our French knot. So we want to leave that area open. So when I start, I'm going to start just a little bit up from that circle. Let's do our top petal first. So I've come up on the left and now I'll go back down on the right. Go very slowly. Keep your loop. Come up to the top on the inside. Catch the inside of the loop. Snug it up just a little bit. All right, not too tight, not too loose, just snug it up just a little bit. And then go to the outside of your petal, right here, and pin it down. Let's do the next one. All right, and there is our flower. Before we switch colors and do that French knot, let's tie off the back. So let's just find a good place to tie this off. Make a loop. Snug it up. Then I like to weave in the extra just a little bit for length. There. And there's our flower. Let's look at the instructions for the French knot. We're going to use color number 12, and it says use 4 strands for the French knot. So let's switch and do that. So we're using color number 12. We've got 4 strands divided out. Let's thread our needle and put a knot at the very end. So we're going to go not to the center of the circle, but to the edge of the circle. Any edge you want. We don't want to start right in the center. We want to end right in the center. So let's pull it all the way through until it stops. We're going to wind it once. Bring the knot down close to your work. We don't want it too far away. We don't want it too tight, and we don't want it too loose, just right. And once we've gotten that, we're slowly going to pull. And notice this could become a knot that we don't want very quickly. So be sure of that as it's pulling through, that you're not creating a knot that you don't want. Keep untangling it if you have to. And voila, we've got our French knot. And you can push it around a little bit to get it right into shape if you want. There's a little bit of flexibility with this. And then we'll tie it off. Put your needle through. Find your loop. Snug it up. If it doesn't feel solid, do one more knot. And then you can cut it. And there's your lazy daisy flower. And now I'll leave you to do the next one on your own. And the next video will be the rose stitch.